Why is it that every time you play with magic water, I get soaked?
It's not magic, it's water bending. And it's...
Yeah, an ancient art unique to our culture, blah, blah, blah.
You know, not all waterbenders are built the same. Some of these characters bend the fight itself before they even bend water, while others honestly should have stayed home. They're more like glorified lifeguards. That's why today we're ranking the best and worst waterbenders across both Avatar shows, from graceful healers to battlefield nightmares. This is the ultimate tier list that's gonna leave some of y'all questioning your childhood favorites. So let's get into it.
Fine. You want to learn to fight so bad? Study closely.
But real quick, before we start handing out ranks, let's make one thing clear. This isn't just about who had the coolest water moves or the flashiest tricks. I'm ranking these benders based on actual combat ability, technique, versatility, and the feats we saw in both shows. So here's how the tier list works. S tier, that's god level, straight up monsters. A tier, elite benders who can handle almost anything. B tier, solid and reliable but nothing too wild. C tier, more of a background player. Not useless, just forgettable. D tier, they exist. That's about it. Now we kick things off with D tier, the benchwarmers. These are the waterbenders that probably lacked screen time, skill, or straight up got clowned. Someone had to fill this tier, and unfortunately, it's them. Just like the mafia boss, Viper. The guy showed up, did some waterbending, then got washed. Literally.
Who do you think you are?
Why don't you come and find out?
There's just not enough to work with, so he lands in D tier simply for existing. Still in the D tier is Ahnah. She was a capable waterbender, nothing groundbreaking, but okay. We saw her bend directly from her water pouch, and she pulled off a clever move by freezing the floor to trip up one of the mecha suits. That was probably her best moment. Overall, she's decent, skilled enough to hold her own in a fight, but she never really showed anything that pushes her beyond average. That's why she stays in D tier. Moving on, we've got Tahno.
I'm gonna knock Tahno's stupid hair off his stupid head.
Say what you want about his attitude, but Tahno had real skill in the pro-bending arena.
He was fast, precise, and sharp with his reflexes. Easily one of the best in the league.
But here's the thing. Pro-bending only shows a fraction of what waterbending is really capable of, especially since the real heavy hitters weren't even part of it. Still, within that format,
Tahno stood out. It's very sad that Amon took his bending.
that guy had potential. I'm placing him in C tier. Solid in his niche, but more of a background player in the grand scheme of things.
I know we're not exactly best friends, but I'm sorry Amon took your bending.
I've been to the best healers in the city. Whatever Amon did to me, it's permanent. You gotta get him for me.
Up next are the swamp benders.
There's someone in there! He's bending the vines! We're under attack!
Hey, you guys are waterbenders.
You too? That means we're kin.
I think these guys are criminally underrated. They represent a unique, adaptive form of waterbending that's all about harmony with nature rather than brute force. Whose massive vine monster alone shows just how creative and large-scale their bending can get. Inside the swamp, I'd place them firmly in B tier. Their control and dominance over the environment are insane, but take them out of that terrain, and they drop to C tier. Maybe even lower depending on how far they are from plant life. Think of them like terrain-based specialists, kind of like how Combustion Man has one devastating trick, but only if the conditions are right. Next in the B tier, we have Kaya, the daughter of Katara and a highly skilled waterbending master. While she's often recognized for her exceptional healing abilities, that doesn't mean she can't throw down when needed. In fact, she held her own impressively against both Zahir and Ming-hua, two of the most dangerous benders in the series, using highly refined and strategic waterbending. She may not have a long list of jaw-dropping feats, but her techniques are sharp. She's shown the ability to create high-pressure water drills, use defensive formations like the water gimbal, and evasive movement that lets her dodge strikes from some seriously fast opponents. That mix of offensive skill, strong fundamentals, and healing expertise makes her incredibly well-rounded. At the end of the day, Kaya isn't the flashiest fighter, but she's reliable, composed, and in the right situation, she's someone you absolutely want on your side.
I told you those rocks were slippery. You're lucky you didn't kill yourself.
You done with the lecture, Mom?
Oh, grow up. You haven't changed one bit since we were kids. You're still trying to prove you can do everything a bender can. Well, you can't. Deal with it.
Did you know you can even pour water out of thin air? You've got to keep an open mind, Katara. There's water in places you never think about.
Kicking off the elite tier, we've got Hama. She was already a skilled bender back in her youth in the Southern Water Tribe, but it's what she accomplished later in life that truly sets her apart. Hama pioneered bloodbending, a forbidden technique that pushed the boundaries of what waterbending could even be. It changed everything. Sure, she could only use it during the full moon, but that didn't make her any less terrifying. Her ability to sense water in unexpected places, like the moisture in plants and the air, made her a serious threat even without bloodbending.
You can take it even further.
That was incredible!
Next is Tonraq, a guy who I honestly think is underrated. He's got some incredible bending feats, especially with his use of ice. His ice slides make him surprisingly agile for someone with such a powerhouse style. Unlike most waterbenders, Tonraq fights with brute strength and close-range pressure. He's aggressive, physical, and hits hard. That's honestly one of the coolest things about his style. It feels raw and grounded. But that same close-range mindset also leaves him open to counters. In his fights against Zahir and Unalaq, we see that if his hits don't land, he can get punished hard. Still, Tonraq is no pushover. During his fight with Unalaq, he showed incredible resilience, refusing to back down until a final powerful strike forced him to the ground. Overall, he's a tough, relentless, and uniquely physical waterbender, one of the more interesting fighters in the series. Let's talk about Desna and Eska, the coldest twins in the game.
Hello, my feeble turtle duck.
These two are incredibly agile, using ice slides and skates to maneuver through rough terrain, even sliding down mountains with ease. On water, they're just as fast. Eska literally kept up with a speeding motorboat by surfing a wave, which is wild. They've also shown impressive power, launching massive ice spikes and using clean and precise bending in battle. They even helped Zuko and their uncle Tonraq against the Red Lotus, which says a lot, even though they were ultimately taken down by Ming-hua. Still, that doesn't take away from what they bring to the table. Desna and Eska are elite waterbenders, with great technique and mobility. Another bender in the elite tier is none other than Master Pakku. His waterbending feats were incredible, especially during the Siege of the North, where he effortlessly defeated Katara in their first battle. To be fair, Katara grew into one of the best waterbenders in the world, but part of that is because of having Pakku as her teacher. He showed even more high-level bending during the White Lotus assault on Ba Sing Se, where he handled himself like a true veteran. Master Pakku's not just powerful, he's precise, efficient, and deeply knowledgeable about waterbending in all its forms. He checks every box of what a top-tier waterbender should be. Ming-hua is next on the elite tier. She's easily one of the most uniquely dangerous benders we've ever seen. Born without arms, Ming-hua had no choice but to adapt, and just like Toph, that adaptation led to innovation. By manipulating water into razor-sharp tendrils, she not only replaces her arms, but upgrades them. These water limbs give her unmatched versatility, striking, grappling, slicing, even propelling herself across the battlefield. And what's wild is she can still perform traditional waterbending moves while using them. Her style is fluid, fast, and nearly impossible to predict. Honestly, if you take bloodbending out of the equation, I don't think any waterbender could beat Ming-hua in a straight fight. Well, except Katara. Overall, she's just on another level. Efficient, relentless, and terrifyingly creative. Still in the elite tier, we've got the Water Tribe avatar, Korra. Now, I know some of y'all might not agree with her being here, especially since she often relied more on fire and earth than water, but hear me out. When she does use water, she's absolutely unreal. Korra is a powerhouse. She's capable of bending massive bodies of water with ease, and has pulled off some incredible feats like creating towering waves that shoved aside heavy metal ships. Her mobility's wild, too. She's got this water tornado technique that gives her a ton of agility in combat. And of course, there's her takedown of Kuvira's giant mecha suit using nothing but water. That moment alone is proof of how devastating her waterbending can be. Korra might not use water as often as her other elements, but when she does, she reminds everyone just how elite she really is.
Korra, please come in here.
I'm the Avatar! You gotta deal with it!
The first entry in the God-level tier is easily one of the most dangerous villains in the Legend of Korra, Unalaq. Like him or not, the guy's a beast. In his fight with Tonraq, he was calm, sharp, and completely in control. Tonraq brought the pressure, but Unalaq never really looked rattled. His moves were more precise and straight up cleaner. When it comes to offense, he's brutal. Ice spikes, crashing water, freezing attacks midair, he does it all and he does it fast. His strikes are strong, accurate, and relentless. He even fought off both Mako and Bolin at the same time, and those two aren't pushovers. But he's not just aggressive, he's slippery too. His reflexes are top tier, dodging clean hits in the middle of chaotic battles. And then there's his spirit bending. That alone puts him on a different level. The way he controls spirits, something no one else could really match, is genuinely terrifying. Next up is Tarrlok.
Everyone knows you're nothing but a squeaky-voiced liar!
Why did you wait until now to fess up?
I was terrified to tell because Tarrlok is a bloodbender! He bloodbends Avatar Korra!
Don't make this worse for yourself. Tell us where you have Korra.
Tarrlok was a powerful bloodbender, but make no mistake, he was already an elite waterbender before he even revealed that ability. In his fight with Korra, he trapped himself inside a water dome while firing off a relentless wave of ice projectiles, and he wasn't even using bloodbending yet. When he finally did reveal it, he casually froze multiple benders mid-motion like it was nothing. That level of control is just insane. Then again, it runs in the family. Tarrlok is part of one of the most dangerous bloodlines in the Avatar universe. And when it comes to bending, these guys are on another level, entirely. Moving on, we've got Yakone.
It's over. You're under arrest, Yakone.
In Aang's flashback, we see that Yakone mastered psychic bloodbending and on a broken level. He literally bloodbent an entire courtroom using nothing but his mind. No hand movements, no full moon, just pure mental control. No one could resist it, not even Avatar Aang, at least until he activated the Avatar state. And let's not forget, both Tarrlok and Amon inherited their bending potential from him. That entire bloodline is stacked, and Yakone was the original monster behind it. For that level of power and legacy, Yakone is definitely God tier. Another God tier bender is none other than Katara, and that's not up for debate. Katara began as a novice, still figuring out what she was capable of, but through sheer determination and relentless drive, she rapidly became one of the most skilled and versatile waterbenders in the series. By Season 3, Katara wasn't just powerful, she was complete. She mastered healing techniques, wielded ice, steam, and water with precision, and even became proficient at bloodbending, so much so that on her very first attempt, she outclassed the woman who invented it. And in the finale, she didn't just hold her ground against Azula, she outmaneuvered her. One of the most deadly firebenders in the world, brought down by Katara's calm under pressure and quick thinking. People like to say Katara's overglazed. Truth is, she's exactly where she should be, right at the top with the best to ever do it.
Thank you, Katara.
I think I'm the one who should be thanking you.
The final waterbender in the God-level tier is No Attack, better known as Amon.
When I was a boy, a firebender struck down my entire family and left me scarred. That tragic event began my quest to equalize the world.
That's a lie, Amon. Or should I call you Noatak?
Amon was a master manipulator and an even scarier bender. He convinced an entire city he was a non-bender, while secretly mastering one of the most terrifying forms of waterbending, psychic bloodbending. Trained by Yakone from a young age, Amon surpassed even his brother Tarrlok, using bloodbending with such precision that he could block a person's chi pathways and permanently strip them of their bending. By pretending it was a spirit-given energy-bending gift, he not only concealed his identity, but elevated himself to near mythic status. That level of control, both physical and psychological, is almost unheard of. Amon wasn't just a skilled waterbender. He was a weapon, a symbol, and a living nightmare. God tier, without a doubt.
They say the Avatar has failed humanity. That is why the spirits have chosen me to usher in a new era of balance. They have granted me a power that will make equality a reality. The power to take a person's bending away permanently.
And that wraps up the ranking. Thanks for watching. Do you agree with my list? Who do you think should have been higher or lower? Or did I get it just right? I really want to hear what you think, so drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and hit that subscribe button for more rankings just like this one. Until next time, stay geeky.
Not bad, not bad. Keep practicing and maybe you'll get it by the time you're my age.
Hey, Katara.
What do you think you're doing? It's past sunrise. You're late.
Good to see you here.
You too.